Coming up on CW News at 9, today midterm candidates continue to campaign and Dems had help from a former president. Plus, the second Wisconsin gubernatorial debate just concluded. Highlights coming up next.
A bit of a dreary Friday, and those rain chances, they're sticking around for the upcoming weekend. CW News at 9 starts right now.
News when you need it. And your no-wait weather. CW News at 9.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. More clouds today, but we didn't see any rain, so that's kind of a good thing. Meteorologist Brian Dukes is in our weather center tonight with our no-wait weather forecast. Brian, will any rain be heading our way for the weekend?
Yeah, it looks like we will have at least some chances. Not a whole lot of rainfall on our Friday as expected. That's the good news. The bad news, well, we do have some chances both tonight and Saturday and even into the day on Sunday. I think the best chance, though, will come Sunday morning. We're down to 37 tonight, 51 on Saturday, 49 on your Sunday. Don't let these rain chances scare you or cancel any of your plans. I don't think it's going to be a washout by any means. In fact, as we take a look at SkyTracker HD, not a lot of organized activity. We are watching some showers, though, traversing down the Mississippi. They're really into southeastern Minnesota around La Crosse, now beginning to move towards Prairie du Chien. I think if you're in the Grant and Crawford County, you stand a pretty good chance of picking up some light rain for the overnight hours. The rest of the area, well, not expecting too many problems, and that means by early tomorrow morning, shouldn't be half bad. Mainly cloudy skies. We will start out into the upper 30s, close to 50, though, as we wrap up your Saturday with just a couple of isolated showers around. We'll talk more on that rain chance for Sunday and some changes for Halloween. I think it's looking a little nicer. We'll have all the details on that, though, coming up in your no-wait weather forecast.
From healthcare to healing the partisan divide, Governor Scott Walker and Democratic candidate Tony Evers spoke at the final debate before the election. The debate was hosted in Milwaukee by WTMJ. The two candidates spoke about the transportation budget and whether or not a gas tax would solve the problem. Last Friday, WMTV right here hosted the statewide televised WBA debate. If you missed it and would like to watch it, you can find the full version on our website under NBC15.com. Senate hopeful Leah Vukmir was visiting workers in the Cooley region today. And before the final push for the election, Vukmir says the goal for her is just to get her message out.
But everywhere we've got our RV out there and we're going to as many.
Meanwhile, Vukmir's opponent, Senator Tammy Baldwin, received support today from former President Barack Obama. Today he spoke for the first time since 13 pipe bombs were sent to several politicians, including himself. Obama encouraged people to get out to the polls while practicing political civility.
What's happened?
Vice President Joe Biden will be in Wisconsin in a few days as well. On Tuesday, he will be speaking at UW-Madison at 9 a.m. Then he'll be going to a rally in Milwaukee. Tickets are required for the Madison event, and they're being provided by the Democratic Party of Wisconsin. Now, Biden and Obama were two figures that bombs were sent to this week, and today, this man, Cesar Savak, was arrested in Florida for these attempted assassinations. Law enforcement officials tied Savak to the packages through DNA evidence. And Savak's social media accounts targeted liberals and celebrated President Trump. He has a criminal history of at least 9 different arrests. Top government officials say law enforcement work was similar to what you see in movies. Very impressive. Savak has been charged with 5 federal crimes, including transportation of explosives and threats against former presidents. He could face up to 48 years in prison if convicted. President Trump, who is featured on many of the photos on that van you're seeing taken away right there, he has praised the law enforcement officers who made these arrests. He said earlier this week, "We will prosecute them, him, her, whoever it may be, to the fullest extent of the law." The president said, "We must never allow political violence to take root in America." Earlier today, we learned the disturbing allegations against a Beloit woman who was accused of beating and sexually assaulting a man after she says she had visions of him abusing her son. Precious Bailey is facing 3 felony charges, according to a criminal complaint. She says tarot cards told her that her boyfriend was sexually assaulting her 2-year-old son. Bailey beat the man for several hours inside his RV. The complaint also states that the child was in that RV at the time as well. Court documents say that Bailey took the child to the hospital multiple times, but there were no signs of sexual abuse. She is being held on a $25,000 cash bond. Tonight, a man is accused of secretly recording women while they use the restroom inside a Madison business. Court documents allege that Stephen Shalley hid a camera in the woman's room of Alpha Graphics. And this summer, he allegedly recorded people using the facilities. The probable cause statement says that the videos recorded of the form of the camera clearly show Shalley's face as he positions it in those stalls. Now, his final pretrial conference is scheduled for December 7th. He's pleaded not guilty to the charges. The search for a missing teenager, Jamie Kloss, entered its 12th day today, and the reward for information has doubled to $50,000. Jamie's parents, James and Denise Kloss, were found shot to death inside their Barron County home. Investigators still have not disclosed if they have any clues to point to the reason for the attack and suspected abduction. Earlier this week, Jamie's aunt made a promise to never stop the search.
Jamie, we need you here with us.
As of now, investigators have cleared 1,400 leads and are looking for information of 2 vehicles of interest, a red or orange Dodge Challenger and either a black Ford Edge or a black Acura MDX. New tonight, changes are coming to Rock County's courthouse and the 911 call center. Last night, the Rock County Board of Supervisors gave the green light. The board approved more than $216,000 towards security screening services at the courthouse. It also approved the meeting of $225,000 in upgrades for the call center due to its aging equipment. The upgrades will focus on next-gen technology and new phone equipment. We also have some breaking news out of Beaver Dam tonight. According to Dodge County Sheriff's Office, a Beaver Dam police officer shot a 35-year-old man tonight after responding to a domestic disturbance. Officers were called to the 500 block of Walnut Street around 5:30 tonight. Authorities say during the investigation, officers fired at the man during what they were calling a use of force situation. The man was injured with non-life-threatening injuries and was taken to a hospital. The Dodge County Sheriff's Office is investigating the incident. They will release further details at a press conference tomorrow morning. Today, the Trump administration showed off its first completed section of the border wall between the United States and Mexico. The 30-foot-tall barrier unveiled as thousands of Central American immigrants continue to march towards Mexico and the U.S. The White House is now drafting an executive action making it almost impossible for any of the Central American migrants to gain entry into the U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristen Nielsen stated today that the wall will likely work as the administration intended.
Let me be clear. Walls work. That's not my opinion. It's not a tagline. It's not a political statement. It's a fact. We've seen the success of walls in El Paso, in Yuma, in San Diego, and in the past, right here in the El Centro sector.
The Pentagon is planning to deploy 800 troops to the southern border by October 31st. As this border wall was unveiled, a steady stream of migrants are abandoning their hopes of getting asylum in the U.S. and returning home. Dozens of migrants who were dropped at the Migrant Holding Center returned home last night, and an estimated 4,000 people are still moving towards the border. Mexico's government said that more than 1,700 people have asked for asylum there. Today, violent clashes between Israelis and Palestinians east of the Gaza Strip. Israeli forces have reportedly shot and killed 4 Palestinians and wounded at least 50 others. Fires burned along the border and thick black smoke rolled over the protesters who were hurling rocks and other projectiles at Israeli security forces. Israeli military said that the Palestinians numbered about 10,000 and they responded with riot dispersal means along the live fire when needed. Palestinians have been demonstrating along the border now since March 30th. Closer to home, though, preparations are underway to demolish a Kansas City water slide where a 10-year-old boy was killed 2 years ago. Earlier this month, 2 water park maintenance workers were acquitted of lying to investigators who were looking into their maintenance practices. A company spokesperson confirmed they have put up cranes as part of the next stage of deconstruction of this ride. The demolition is expected to start November 1st. The U.S. Secretary of Labor went to Panama City area to learn what community needs to rebuild after the devastation left behind by Hurricane Michael. Secretary Alexander Acosta met with area business leaders at the port, Panama City, to discuss the priorities that need to be set up so local businesses can rebuild and help the community get back on its feet. Two issues were evident: quicker ways to get business loans or FEMA help, and alleviating the housing crisis that faces the area. They agreed that the faster businesses can be helped, the quicker the community will recover. Tree removal and other repair services can be a little pricey, especially this time of year, but a group of veterans are offering some of these services for free. For many people whose homes were damaged by Hurricane Michael, repair costs are unimaginable. Miami-based Act 2 is removing trees, cleaning debris, and serving up hot meals to help Panhandle residents in their recovery.
Charging a lot of money, the cost that people have.
Vasco says that the organization plans to stay in the area until November 18th, but they hope to stay longer to help more people. There's more ahead tonight at 9. We have some updates after the historic flooding that happened last month. A disaster relief center opened and sandbag collection begins soon. Plus, commuters in Dane County are seeing a big change on a state highway. Why the update was needed. During the break, though, go follow us on social media. We're both on Twitter and Facebook. Just look for WMTV Madison CW. It's a great way to stay connected. Madison will be collecting sandbags on Monday. Residents in the flood zone must put their sandbags on that grassy area between the sidewalk and the curb before November 25th. People who are not in immediate flood zones will need to request curbside pickup. There are several other ways officials say residents can dispose of their sandbags. Today, the Wisconsin Disaster Recovery Center opened in Sauk County. It's located at 1375 Main Street in Reedsburg. The center will be open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. FEMA representatives and Wisconsin state agency representatives will be at the center to answer any of those questions you have and to help with registration, of course. According to a news release, the last day to register for FEMA assistance is December 17th, so mark that one down as well. Now, a $4 million construction project in Dane County is finished tonight. I learned why the Department of Transportation says Highway 19 and 113's intersections were in dire need of updates.
I know the one in Wanakee that they put in a few years back was a little struggle, but this one, they saw that there was a safety need.
At the intersection of Highway 113 and 19, there were 98 crashes from 2013 to 17, including a fatality. This led to the Department of Transportation finding a way around this problem with a roundabout. Okay, why do you think people struggle so much with roundabouts still?
I think that they're still new to some people.
Matt Dapp with the DOT says roundabouts are becoming increasingly more popular since they're safer than a standard intersection.
And the congestion is going to be way down from what it was minutes before, and now we're talking seconds.
Gone are the lawn traffic lines during rush hour and safety concerns. That's something Matt is proud of.
I worked on this project from beginning to end, and it was just great to see the improvement that we've made out there.
Now, if you don't know how to use a roundabout, we've linked to a tutorial video from DOT on our website. Also to note, Dane County is proposing a design project for County Highway M. The preliminary design project is approximately 5 miles long with limits at County Highway Q intersection and in Middleton, the Blue Bill Park Drive intersection in the town of Westport, if you're familiar with it. Now, a meeting investigating this option and other options as well will be next Tuesday.
From CW News at 9.
Good to know. Well, Dukes, you know I just got a puppy.
Yeah?
I talk about him all the time.
No.
But maybe now I might want a miniature horse after seeing this video. It's so cute. Rosie the miniature horse serving as a therapy horse at the Cura Bay Care Medical Center in Green Bay. Look at it. She's so cute. Oh, Rosie is there helping out the patients, maybe lightening their mood a little bit. And doctors say bringing therapy animals makes a big difference in patient recovery. I think that's the first I've ever seen a miniature horse inside a hospital. That's great. Rosie's owners hope to keep visiting the medical center for years to come. Next on CW News at 9, predictions for this flu season. What options you have to protect yourself. Doctors are pushing hard to encourage people to get their flu shot this year. After last year's flu season, it was one of the worst in decades. Cases of the flu are starting to pop up all over the U.S. The vaccine is not perfect, but you still could get sick from it. However, studies do show that the shot can reduce the severity of the disease and prevent flu deaths. Just over a third of adults got the flu shot last year, and it was one of the worst seasons on record, like we mentioned, with that 80,000 flu-related deaths, 900,000 hospitalizations. So go out and get that shot. A Wisconsin elementary school is starting to use bottled water after E. coli was found in their water source. The contamination is in the underground water source, so drilling a new well isn't an option. This is happening in Lannon, just outside of Milwaukee. They're rushing to extend municipal water to the school, which will cost around $350,000. In the meantime, portable hand washing stations are now a part of the day for the 300+ students at Lannon Elementary. And as of now, none of the kids have gotten sick. Today, NBC News announced in a statement that Megyn Kelly Today will be canceled. This comes after the fallout from Megyn Kelly's on-air comments about blackface. NBC News says that the hour will now be hosted by other Today show anchors. Kelly issued an apology Wednesday for on-air comments she made Tuesday. Kelly went on to say that she has since learned why her comments were wrong. A team of Balkan chefs served up a record-breaking batch of flapjacks. This not-so-short stack was over 14,000 pancakes strong. The record-breaking pancake endeavor took place at Savagero's tourist fair. The 140 cooks from Bosnia, Serbia, Macedonia, Montenegro, and Slovenia kept the frying pans turning in an improvised open-air kitchen under autumn sunshine as 15 judges looked on. The existing official record of 12,716 pancakes was set in Moscow in 2017. Oh, that has me hungry for pancakes now. We'll be back after the break with one last look at weather.
For the weekend.
Well, good thing I'll be indoors. I'll be at the Vikings game on Sunday.
Have fun.
Ooh, have a good night, everybody.